Okay, this is the Jeep Cherokee Latitude 2016 I've been working on, and I'm gonna explain this chart here that I got here, and this section here is what I did to fix the CAN C positive and CAN C negative. And in this section here was the reason why this Jeep was dead. When I mean dead, everything in the dashboard was dead. No radio, no lights, nothing. You just put this switch in the ignition, and all you got is the light up the instrument cluster with the message center. That is the only thing was alive there. Now, with this section of the charge, the modules that I changed to fix the CAN C positive and CAN C negative. The Drivetrain Control Module, and the location in that is then right rear in the cargo area, and that is next to the spare tire. It's a plastic door there. You can open it and you can see the harness, but you gotta take the plastic out to see this Drivetrain Control Module. It's all the way back in the right rear in the cargo area. Now, the other module we changed, it was the electric parking brake module. That is on the left side of the cargo area. That is in the panel in the side. Is the location in that guy. The module that was dropping the resistance down to 24.44 was the shifter lever assembly. That is in the center console. That is your selector gear. The power control module is in the engine compartment next to the battery. That we change. The reason I changed this guy, I cannot open it, but I supply power and ground, and the computer was not built, was the message in the scanner. It was empty, no data. So that was the reason why we changed that guy. The other module we changed was the ABS module under the master cylinder. When we changed this module, guys, everything jumped to normal. My waveform changed. Everything went to normal when we changed the ABS module. Now I put a little note here. If the CAN C and CAN C positive and CAN C negative is not fixed, you cannot do proxy alignment. Also, you need the modules to be active. Okay? When you say modules to be active is when you scan it with your car, and the module that you know that you have a PCM, that you got a power control module, and you complete scan the car and you don't see that module there, that means that module doesn't have power and ground. It's not active. So you need to have this active to be able. Now, I went backwards in this thing because I don't got this power here. This was a problem here that it prevents power to this module here. Now what I did was a bypass in the Fuchs junction box by the battery, and I activate all the modules there. And then I can see the modules, not all of them, but I can see more modules. Before I see like 9 modules. After I did the bypass, I can go all the way to 15 or 16 modules. Okay, and then with that I fix the cam positive and cam negative problem. After that, then we jump to this chart here. Now, why this Jeep was dead? And this is why. When we change the powertrain control module, that is a used one, so it's a original VIN number already in that module, and we change the body control module, is already another VIN number there, and then we take it to the dealer and they put this radio frequency hub module. So this is the trick about this thing. When you change this guy, and this got a different VIN number, and this one got a VIN number that is different, this guy will suck the VIN number out of this one and record it in that radio frequency hub. So what is the problem with that? That is not the VIN number for the truck. So he sucked it out of this one and recorded in this one. Now after you put a new radio frequency hub and suck the VIN number out of this guy or this guy, it recorded here, you cannot be able to override that VIN number. So that VIN number now is stick over there, and because this guy is seeing different VIN numbers here, he active a DTC saying that it's a secret code problem and a VIN number mismatch, another DTC with that. So what those two DTC do in the system when you change this guy? It doesn't give you power and grounds, and it doesn't, the car stay dead because he's seeing that right there. Now, the BCM in this car is the brain, okay? So this guy sent a signal to a pink and white wire to this guy, which is the signal for the checking the VIN number and key codes and secret code. All those things goes to this guy, and then if that doesn't match, he killed the whole system. He don't supply power and ground to this guy and to the other system in the car. Get back to you guys. Now, how many times they tell the owner of this car to toss the car, to trash it? How many times? At least in my case that I went with him, I think 2 or 3 times to the dealer, I hear one time to toss it. And that tells me the reason why I'm doing this video is if somebody else run to this problem, where to go, okay? Where to have, if they have this same situation that the whole car is dead. This car was struck by lightning, and that was the reason why this is with this problem. At least that's what they're saying. And but guys, this switch here also, they changed it new, and this is an on and off switch. It's nothing to it. So this guy just sent a signal to this guy. The important part of this car being dead here is this guy here, the radio frequency hub module. That is the main reason this car was dead. Why? Because this guy carried the secret code, the VIN number match. This guy carried the whole security in this truck, this guy here. Now he carry everything. This is cannot be override. This is again, this suck the VIN number, that it cannot be override. This is what I've been told. Okay, so if this guy cannot be override, only you can reprogram a key to it. But if you got the VIN number already right here recorded, you're gonna see the VIN number, and this one see the VIN number, and the whole network communication with the cam C and cam positive and cam negative. They're gonna go on through the whole network, and if see everything match, then it give the go to start the car. It give the go to supply power. It give the go to supply ground. This is the guy who give the go. Okay, this is like your main switch here with all the secret and VIN number, and check the whole network. So if somebody else run into this problem again, you know, like this guy, at one point they give it an estimate for $16,000, I believe, to change all the modules, when in fact the first thing they gotta go was to change this guy, and this guy, and probably this guy don't spend all the money he spent to fix this Jeep. Okay, because this is like $120, $130. This is like $100 and something dollars too, $130, $140, and this is like $140, $150. You know, give or take, probably the first time this guy take the car to the dealer and they say, listen, this is the whole thing. This guy carry everything here. Let's change these 3 modules to start. You're gonna spend like $1,000, give or take, with labor and everything, and go from there. You know, then you can find where is the cam communication. But remember, by changing these 3 guys, you probably then you're gonna get the car alive, but then you're gonna still having the problem of the cam here communication. But because we don't did it like that, I did it from the back to the front, so we don't know. But the next time somebody run to a problem, that do these 3 guys first and then troubleshoot the cam problem after, because this is the problem here. When you got cam negative and cam positive, you're gonna align these guys because they don't got cam signal correctly. Then you gotta disconnect the battery, completely disconnect the battery, and do what they call a cam positive and cam negative resistance test, where you check the resistance and the cam. And if you go with that test, you're gonna see that this level here was the problem. The shifter level was dropping the resistance to 24.44, I believe. But the whole thing about this car, you know, was from the beginning a nightmare, because the guy, this is a 2016, and he bought this car in the same year by November of 2016, I remember, or something like that. So it wasn't no schematic available. It wasn't nothing that you can go into to start troubleshoot this car. So he practically got to park this car for a year. That whole 2017 this car was parked. And now this year in 2018, look at the months we are now. And now the Jeep is running. The last text message he sent me, he passed the salvation title and everything. So the car is running. He passed the salvation title. The car got only 4,700 miles. I mean, everything I touched in this car, my hand was clean. It's like touching this here. I don't find no wire problem in this car, nothing like that. Only I find this module here, Drivetrain Control Module, and the right rear cargo area. And you're gonna see it in the video. It was exploded. It wasn't burned. The plastic, then the module was exploded. Okay, ABS. When we open it, we don't know for sure, but we see something broken there too. And the power control module, yeah, that was empty. The shifter module was the resistant, and the electric parking brake always got a problem. We opened it, and it was very inexpensive, like close to $60, something like that. He said, I'm gonna take a chance. He put it on. All right. So that was the run with the Jeep, and I'm gonna put some videos, the tests that I do, and some giveaway. The next time you run into this problem, watch for this clip and this video. When I testing the auto shutdown relay, and the ground side is a pulsating ground side, and when you got a pulsating ground side, that means it's anti-theft problem. That means it's something with the security code, it's something with the secret code, a VIN number mismatch. When you got pulsating like that, that's a giveaway. Okay, guys? Thank you. Now, listen to me in this video. And check it out. I'm using the Power Pro 4. And I am checking in the auto shutdown relay for power and grounds. Now, this Chrysler product 2016, it got a big hole there, so you just can't touch that. You don't push it down, you just touch it. And see the results here. I got good nice terminals, and I am touching this, and you can see I got 1256 in that guy. I got the same voltage in this guy, 1256, and I got a good ground. See the green light going on? Good ground. And then I got this thing here. That thing there is not normal, guys. That is like anti-theft. Stop right there. If you got this same problem with a dead Jeep, just stop right here, right there. When you see that going in your ground side of your control relay, this is your control relay, and you got that there. Stop everything you're doing, go back and check 4 VIN number mismatch, 4 secret code, 4 whatever is controlling the alarm system in this car. In this case, in this Jeep 2016, is the radio frequency hub module. That guy was the main problem in this guy. You see what I saying here? This is another video, and you can see here we're going back and forth with this radio frequency hub secret code missing message, body control secret code signal pulsability failure. That is the pulsation that we got in the junction box. It makes sense that. And the ignition run to start input circuit short to ground and open. These two guys creating that guy. Okay, so we're going back and forth with this thing, trying to get this car on, you know, all the modules on, keep it, you know, getting alive this car. And if we got this problem here with the VIN number mismatch, with secret code signal, with you know, that is the problem from the beginning, guys. That was the problem from the beginning, right there. Using Vantage Ultra, as oscilloscope, showing a normal cam high and cam low waveform trace. If you can see here, I got here on 10 volts. You can use 5 volts here, and you can use 10 volts. And the sweep is 200 microseconds. The waveform simulator used for that, it was a Snap-on also. I'm gonna show you which one. That's the simulator that I use for the waveform. The yellow trace is in cam high, the green trace is in cam low. This capture here was with the same Vantage Ultras. This is actually the signal from the Jeep 2016. As you can see, the waveform integrity is all distorted. So that is a bad signal from the cam. As you can see also, the 5 volts, I got it set up in 5 volts. And the sweep is the same. So you can understand this capture here. We go into the voltage. I use the cursors and the Vantage Ultra to get in the peak and the high. Well, trace number 1 will be this guy, and trace 2 it will be this guy. So my peak and the high is 1.6, and my peak and the green is 1.3, 87. And you can see it's a 5 volt in the trace and the 200 microseconds sweep. You see 24.13 ohms. Should be 60. That is the specification for the Jeep. And the way you do this test is you go to cam high and cam low. Put the trace on it, and you have to disconnect the battery in the car. So here we should have 60 ohms, and we got 24 ohms. So I find what was creating this to go to 24 and what fixed this to go to 60. It was the shifter level assembly. That was the problem, dropping the ohms to 24. Okay guys, this is the Drivetrain Control Module, and as you can see there, right there, that explode. That is not even burned. That explode in pieces. Then I find also that guy there. That guy there. And then we find that guy there. So this is the Drivetrain Control Module location, and the spare tire all the way back in the passenger side. And also we change, when we wake this when we wake the cam communication, we change the ABS also module. That was done by Matt, and we just bleed the car, and that wake up the system. We got the cam waveforms and the voltage what it's supposed to be. Okay guys, this is the Jeep. Now we can get it alive. Now it's alive, and the problem with this thing is when you change PCM, BCM, and frequency hub, it's not clear yet, but it's gotta be put the three together so the car gets alive. And then it's gotta be a program or flash or proxy align, whatever you want to call them. We changed the rack, and now we got that. Let's see if he comes back there. Steering got a rack's gotta be you got a VIN mismatch. So again, back to the dealer with that. And if you want to hear the engine running, that's the engine running there. It's without exhaust. So at the end of this video, me and Matt gonna sit down and talk about this project. Okay guys? Okay guys, this is the same Jeep we've been working on, Matt and me now, as a team. And the car is alive now, guys. To make the long story short, I'm gonna show you how can we scan the car now. It's more to the story about this thing. I'm gonna select auto detect VIN number. Jeep. And that's our guy. Look at the communication, guys. I'm gonna scan the whole car. Look at the communication and the oscilloscope. I wonder how many modules. Before with the bypass, I find 16 modules. So we got, guys, 19 modules. Let me get my bearing in this, guys. Look at the R2D2 puke that I have here. R2D2 puke. You see, with this wire here, I supplying ground to the relay, and I can start the engine now. I mean, not start the engine, but crank the engine. I can crank the engine now. And gotta show you this, guys, what I did with this relay. I just put the numbers in the top, and you can find those in the back of the relay. Okay, and then figure it out with a test light. Usually 30 is your power, 86 and 85 is your relay control, and 87 it will supply